Guys, I am so annoyed right now. I am very annoyed that the stream is doing this to me. I don't know what's happening. Um I really don't. it's I see no dropped frames on the side of Twitch, and I see that the bitrate has been perfect the entire time, so I don't know what the issue is. So I just don't understand why Twitch is doing this. This has happened. This is the second time in a row now. Um, and I'm a little bit nervous. That means we're gonna lose the footage for today again. Um, so we'll see what happens. But things are not good. But either way, first of all, I want to pause and say thank you, Mr. No, for the subs and the bits. Very kind. I know I had things muted at the beginning. I'm doing a tournament stream right now, which, if you've watched competitive or not, it's like doing the esports casting, so I can't really look at distractions while I'm doing it. But now that we're in between games, I want to thank you for it. So thank you, Mr. No. Appreciate you. And yeah, I'm very annoyed as to why that's not working. Why Twitch isn't working? Because I don't see anything wrong on the side of OBS. It looks completely fine. I might have to like change what server I'm using or something. I really don't know. I have no idea what to do. But thank you. Yeah. We can take a look in the meantime at the tournament, what the charts are looking like. I'm actually gonna do that on the website because I think it looks a little bit better and it's a little easier to follow. So if I go ahead and get that all set up, group number 1, leverage 1 quickly, chomp 1 quickly. Zoom it in a little more. That's good. Group 2, Apex and Poker, no surprises. Inkle and Kirst are still fighting. E-Girl and Anbu 1, no surprises there. No surprises here. Straight a top 8 team in VGN, who's top 16. 58. Oh, unfortunately, 58 has defeated Quacked. I'm so sad, guys. This is sad. But we do have an upset here. COD X beating Suck, which means that Quacked might have a little bit of a tricky situation on their hands. Maybe we'll see Quacked pull off the upset. I will be excited to see it. Elev and Rival winning, no surprises. Venti beating TCF, and Nox beating GLXT. So, very nice, very nice. Okay. Stream looks like it's up now, so hopefully we don't run into any other issues. If we do run into issues, I want everyone to spam at 34wattb in the chat so I'll notice. Just spam it. This is something that I will permit you to do. But, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry about the thing. I really don't know why that's the case. I'm struggling to understand it. In the meantime, I wanted to check when the next game was. That's what I wanted to do. Fates versus X is going to be in 15 minutes, so I have time for a couple games here. Now, I've unmuted the alerts for the time being. I'm probably going to forget to mute them again once the games start, but that's fine, I guess. And we'll play the Waffle. Actually, nah, yesterday we ran the Borsig and it worked quite well. Let's do that again. Borsig is a nice, fun, goofy tank. Didn't mean to pin it up there, but it's pinned up there, so we'll play it. Back. Good, good. Yeah, and when it restarts, it loses sound as well. So very annoying. Doing a jerk of a job. A hell of a job. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate you. Unfortunately, you guys probably saw the entirety of Game 2 without audio, or it probably cut off in the middle of Game 2. So that's not good. I really hope it doesn't do that at a higher level, because I don't know what I would do. I really don't want to have to do YouTube streams for this, because I've never streamed on YouTube before, and I have no idea how that would work. So really hoping I don't have to do that. We're going to play aggressive Borsig here, because that's always fun. I could play campy, nerdy Borsig, but that's not as fun. I probably got spotted there. Yeah, I did. It's okay. Goodbye. 07. Now, the Caliban is a thing right now, and I'm pretty scared of a Caliban. And there's where he is, so I will try to keep note of that and not get shot by him again. That guy's YOLOing. I will ignore him. And we go for some sneaky shot there. Unfortunately, the rest of my team seems to be ignoring this guy too. Which I don't really know how that works, but that's how it's working, I suppose. There's the TS. 53 is looking at me. This is a strange place for him to look, but I respect it, I suppose. I got spotted again. Now he's not looking at me. There we go. Technology do suck. It shows no issues on my side, so I don't know how I'm even going to solve the issue in the first place. What a low roll. 473. That's below minimum for pre-nerf. Literally below minimum. Can I get shot if I do that? I don't want to get ISU'd. I have a waffle replay. I kind of just like playing games, to be honest with you. I respect you, AJ. I know you've asked for a couple replays now, but I prefer to just play in the middle of these tournaments than to do a replay. I'm sorry, man. Just want it so that people that don't normally watch my stream get at least a little bit of a sample of what my stream is normally like. Now, it's not accurate fully because I read chat a lot when I stream, and having this 3-minute delay makes it very difficult to interact. But at least like they get a sense for like the gameplay, I suppose, and just the general vibes, you know. Hopefully that is acceptable. You know, we'll say goodbye to this individual. The nice GCHE shell. Glad that one didn't roll too low. And well, that one with 3,500 and a second class is my guess. First. We'll take it. I mean, I had like a 4.5K first class yesterday, so kind of surprised that they're the same, but I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. We'll go mid, because aggressive Borsig fun. Unfortunately, our Patton, he doesn't, I mean, it looks like he's running the small gun. I can't really tell, though. I can't tell. I don't know if what they changed with the PBR. It originally looked like he was running stock turret. I realize that's not the case, but I can't tell if he's got, like, stock gun or not. It looks like it could be. What's up, Dustix? Welcome to the stream. Boof. Nice. What a double tap. That's beautiful. That low is not very happy. Now our Lorraine did a Lorraine thing, I suppose, as well. So it's not looking great for us, but it's not too bad. We've got a lot of bleeds on them. Now they're all up here. They got 5 tanks on this side of the map. And for some reason, T92, even though he spotted them, he still decided to shoot, or to peek. They got 6 tanks over here. Please pop up. Please back up a little bit. Thank you. What a low roll. 680 with an average of 900. That's depressing. There's the low that I double tapped with the T49. We shot him again. Good awareness. I think we should go and hunt him. There we go. So we're equalizing on kills. There is their T30. We might be able to sneak something in there. Pull up. Pull up. Unfortunately, he gets a kill on a teammate. And we're a 4-on-6 right now. Our Patton's going to die as well. They just completely dominated us on this side, and my team, even though they were outnumbered 3 tanks to 6, they continued to push to their disadvantage. Nice double tap. This T49 and I are putting in work, but it's not enough. It's just not enough. T49 gets him. Nice. That's beautiful. If I can HE kill this man. Good. Wait, this T49 and I can actually carry the hell out of this. Gotta go for HE. I didn't think I could pen him with AP. Good. I don't know where their Borsig is. I think he missed me. I think he's back there. Nice! Wait a second. Wait a second. Their Borsig's up there. Before I got spotted, fuck. Can I... Let's see. No way. Oh, that went to the left. That would have been a blind kill. That would have been a blind kill. Uh-oh. Okay, what's our VK gonna do? I really hope I don't get spotted. I'm gonna back down. I don't want to get spotted. Okay, now I don't care, because I'll just shoot this guy. Nice! Wait, we're gonna win this. What? That's crazy. What a game. Borsig moments, guys. Borsig moments. Ah, yes. Let's go. Yeah, unfortunate miss my teammate, but we take those. Let's go! GG. That was an awesome T49. We just double tapped everything. That was perfect. That team was horrible, but I had one good teammate who helped me so much. Let's go. This guy was fire. Agent Flame, you were fire, brother. Hey, and the raid from a brick. Thank you. You just missed an awesome game, man. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I'm streaming with a delay, so this is 3 minutes in the past again. But thank you so much. I'll say something in the chat that you probably already saw at this point. But thank you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Wow. Let's go. Me and this T49 just perfect synergy there. That really was perfect synergy. He got kills that I needed him to get. I helped lower his targets. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We don't have time to go into another one. Yeah, there we go. So we've got X on the left and Fates on the right. So just make sure that we've got everything all set up properly. And we do. Okay, so we'll see who's got this one. So again, guys, X is the #1 team in Prove Your Skill. This team is formerly made of players in several different competitive clans. Most notably Pramo, a lot of Pramo players in this team. Most notably, especially, is Tanner, who is the captain of the team, who was the main caller for Pramo. And then they broke up, and then they gained lots of players from other clans as well, such as Joker and Leverage on this team, and RGK's from MM as well. And I think actually a couple of these players are from MM in the past, so a little mix here, but they are a solid team. They're doing quite well, again, undefeated, which even Joker can't say they're undefeated, and they are the reigning champions. So we will see how these guys play. And again, very high-level team. You can see almost everybody, you know, is blue at minimum, and I think Bubba's like really high battles or something that prevent him. Oh no, maybe not. But Bubba's a very high level player as well, even though his immediate career win rate wouldn't show you that. He's a very high level player. So solid team here, and we'll see how they play against Fates, who was able to defeat FDI in a quick 2-0. The maps that we're looking at, it looks like it's going to be Castilla, so a little passive map here potentially. But we may see some fun rotations. That is the nice thing about those slow maps like Castilla and Dead Rail and Canal, is that those tend to have some really good rotations. And so the battles are a lot more entertaining to watch. Dynasty Pearl for the tiebreaker if it comes to it. We'll go into the training room now. And here we go. Look at this beautiful high effort logo that I made for X, the Origin team. That's the name of their clan, is Origin. So actually when we go into the in-game thing, I don't have X as their label because my font actually doesn't allow me to use the dash and underscore. So I just wrote their clan name, which is Origin, and that's probably what I'll refer to them as, interchangeably between Origin and X. So yeah. Hey, Kirby Crash Star. I'm proud of you and the things you do for your community. Thank you, Kirby. I appreciate you. Very kind. Thanks for joining and saying that. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna mute the alerts now. So any alerts coming in, they'll show up on the screen, but you won't hear them. I need some water. I'm realizing that my voice is starting to go already. Got my Blitz Cup shirt, by the way. You can't really see it when I'm sitting down like this, but kind of can. But this is my Blitz Cup shirt. Got it from last season's Blitz Cup. Wargaming sent it on over to me, and it's very beautiful. I do have the actual Blitz Cup physical thing somewhere, but it's not out right now, and I don't really want to get up to grab it. But yeah. His G-Sor 5 times at all of them battle. Sheesh. Alright, let's look at these teams now. So, again, we're on Castilla, Campy map. And something that I've heard a lot but haven't gotten to see yet is I've been told that the Origin clan uses a lot of Kronvons, and we're already seeing 2 of them being used here. 2 Krons, 2 types, a 60 TP, and 2 light tanks. I do like the lights on Castilla. It's really nice to have that mobility, but also the spotting. This is a great map to have spotting on, and the Sheridan, of course, having the highest spotting range in the game, it makes sense to me that why they would pick one. Fates is also going to run a Sheridan, but 5 types into 60, so they're going for mobile heavies here. Now, this is going to be a battle between just the raw armor of Team Fates and the big clip damage potential and Alpha from Origin having their Crown Vons and their 60 TP in the mix as well. I mean, then again, Fates has their own 60 TP, but I don't know if it necessarily goes along with the game plan of just YOLOing with types, and that probably won't be what we see from Fates. So if it's a nice, slower, more calculated game, maybe the types aren't going to have as much utility as they normally would. So here we are, game number 1. This is the upper finals between X and Fates. And this is on Castilla. Again, this is just a best of 3, so no best of 5s today. They're all going to be best of 3s. Tomorrow we'll see a few best of 5s, but not today. Looks like Origin is completely abandoning the C side. They're going all for A, and they're just going to have their Sheridan kind of on the little campy hill to spot up, whereas Fate's more with an A approach. They're also bringing their 2 and 5B in the Type 71. I don't know if... I'll just call them V or something, because saying 2 and 5B is going to make you guys think that there's an FE in this game, but there's not. Going for a sneaky little play, going over the hill and overlooking B base very quickly. It's a nice thing about the south spawn is you can get to B a lot faster doing that. However, it doesn't look like he's going to commit. No one is committing from Origin either. Arctic is going to be overlooking B from the other side in the 60 TP, but neither team looks like they're trying to cap it immediately. Now we're seeing Tanner up high, nice and campy in a Sheridan, but of course the reason isn't to have a sniper, it's to have a spotter for this area of the map. Which seems a little counterintuitive, but that's definitely a use for it. I was a competitive player back in the day, and back when the only light tank in Tier 10 was the Bat Chat, that's actually where I was playing when I played competitive, as I was in the Bat Chat in that position. It's a nice reset for the B base as well, but it's also used to spot towards the C area a little bit. Then again, it doesn't have the best view range for that, and oftentimes you will see a tank put in this corner to spot C. Now we are seeing some shots being put in over on this side of the map. Mako taking a 1-hit, 2-hit, and so he's got a little bit of bleeds on him. Fates is going to have about 1,000 HP advantage. No one has grabbed any bases quite yet. Look how Fates is situated here. They haven't really committed too hard. The only thing that they have committed is that they've sent Pendeo-kun all the way out in the type, and it's going to be a little difficult for him to get out of there. If he wants to reverse from this position, he would expose himself to Mako and potentially to both Kronvons. Now, I haven't quite seen who's been spotted on this side and who hasn't. My guess is that Origin is trying to make it so that they don't have their aces spotted quite yet, but we'll see how that goes. Ooh, Pendeo-kun takes a nice shot from Panzer. He's got a nice little campy position right here, where he's getting quite a bit of vision here. Not in vision in terms of view range, sorry, but vision in terms of he's got a lot of firing lanes. And looked like Zero Day, who initially tried to peek up top on base C, took a lot of damage, 900 in fact. A little bit from Tanner as well as whoever shot him the first time, I didn't quite notice. Looks like Origin has maintained control of the church area, although they haven't really done a whole lot with it. Then again, it's not like they need to. They will put somebody in the base. Who is that going to be? No, Waxer's actually not going for the cap. He's going for some information here, lighting up where the 60 TP is, looking at where Pendeo-kun is. In the meantime, we do have the other tank, the 60 TP Arctic, grabbing the B base. He does get reset from Arturo, and he's going to back off. Doesn't want to expose himself any further. Also looks like Bubba took a hit as well. He's now spotted, but big shots into 2 and 5B. Where's 2 and 5B? All the way over here. It gets shot from Arctic. It gets a shot from Tanner as well. Tanner's got some nice shots. Boom. That's a second one. Good trade there. And Fates does have a low hit point tank. Then again, Arctic getting a little bit low himself. He's going to have 2 tanks on him soon. He does have Tanner's support though. In the meantime, looks like Origin is going for a play, potentially on this church side. They have the height advantage, so that's good usage for their Kronvons here. He's going to put another shot into Pendeo-kun and potentially unload his last one as well. As I said earlier, it would be very difficult for him to get himself out of the situation, and he's actually going to lose almost all of his hit points just to do so. Waxer with an aggressive play, taking some shots. Were they unnecessary? It doesn't look like Origin's pushing any harder on AIDS Hero. Instead, they're going to turn to Kevin De Los Andes. And Waxer not actually going to go for the push right away. He's trying to sneak himself up onto this nice little position where it's difficult to get himself out of once he gets in it, but instead, Fate's actually picking up the kill there. That's the first kill of the game. Fate's now bringing the rest of their tanks back to Origin on the church area. Arctic still doing just fine on the B area, but hit points are a little bit low compared to the rest of his teammates here. Pushing now on Bubba in the Kronvon, but oh my goodness, you put one shot in, congrats, you just took 3 for it. Now Arturo, who was originally quite healthy, is only on 54 hit points. Gonna have to back down. Now that's 2 very low tanks for Fates, and maybe Tanner's gonna sneak the kill. No, it's gonna be Mako getting that kill. Tanner's gonna sneak one in on Kevin De Los Andes as he goes for Tunnel in the Kronvon. But no, 2 and 5B is gonna go down, and now all of a sudden X, who was originally quite even on the capture points, is going to have a significant advantage now, almost double the amount of Fates. They're about to lose another tank. It's going to be a 4-on-6 once that does happen. AIDS Hero actually taking 1,000 damage at the same time. He's going to go down just as fast as Kevin does. There he goes, and now AIDS Hero, who's only on 41 hit points. Look at this! Everyone on Fate's below 1,000, and still plenty of health on X to go around. Panzer's finally going to get himself in the fight in the T100 LT. That's what that tank does best, is it cleans up like a monster. And Tanner does find Zero Day over there. It's not going to matter for Zero Day, though. Panzer going to try to pick up some nice kills over here. Down goes Zero Day. This is an interesting game because it went 6 minutes long. Not a single capture point has been grabbed. It was just some nice finesse from X. Honestly, I don't think Fates had themselves in a very good position. All the way from the beginning, they didn't commit anyone to the church area. I mean, they had a couple tanks there, but not enough to cover them. At least not when it really mattered. And Origin just able to finesse that one pretty easily. Really nice mobility advantage, and considering Fates pretty much left the entire C side of the map open, that left Tanner a free rotation all the way over at the end. Well played from Origin. I couldn't think of a specific moment where X really won that game. I mean, we did see what happened when Pandeo-kun tried to back himself out of his aggressive position. He just took 2,000 damage for it. But even before then, X was already starting to push their advantage, so hard to say if I'd give it to that exact moment in particular. Swapping spawns, by the way, we are going to see X on the south spawn. They are going to keep their double Kron. Going to get rid of one of their light tanks, though. No Sheridan now. Just the T100 LT. Whereas Fate's keeping their Sheridan, in fact. 2 IS-7s now. We haven't seen the IS-7 yet today. Will make an appearance here for Team Origin. I'm not sure where they're going to put it. I mean, heavies are pretty good on either side of the map here on Castilla. You can use it well to hold the C base. Can be a bit dangerous, though. But even on the A side, you can dig yourself in quite nicely, hide that lower plate, and the IS-7 can be damn near invincible. Fates, on the other hand, keeping the same exact lineup, it seems. 5 types, a 60, and a Sheridan. So no differences there, of course. That doesn't mean their strat's going to be the same as well, because Castilla is a very asymmetrical map. You go north spawn, you go south spawn, you have vastly different plans, because the terrain is so different based on which spawn you have that it's not possible to run the same thing on both spawns outright. Even if your general approach is the same, the way that you accomplish it is going to be quite different on this map. That's just how it works. But no, we'll see if this is another very slowly paced game where Origin just kind of creeps on their advantage, or if we will see something more aggressive here. Fates does have those 5 types, which, I would imagine you'd want to play those things aggressively, but not quite. But the really nice thing about having a Kronvon, though, for Team Origin is that they really thrive off of passive play. Because if you don't push the Kronvon, you give it time to reload. It's pretty bad DPM, just give it a full clip, and then once the time comes and you have to push it, it's a problem. Now, Panzer not going for a fast B cap like I thought he might have going up that hill. He's going to instead go for a sneaky little position. I haven't seen this one used ever before. Trying to see if he can do some punishment on this side of the map. Ooh, and it looks like the rest of Origin not actually going to worry about grabbing the sea base at all. They're going to try to see if they can cut off Arturo here. That may be the play. Arturo has dug himself in this corner very nicely, and it's not always easy to get him out. Waxer also pushed aggressively up to the ramp by the B base. It's not entirely clear how Origin's going to get the clear on Arturo, as he's got plenty of support. Looks like the types from Fates are rotating themselves back around. And maybe that's actually the play from Origin, is to make Fates back themselves all into the corner, then have control of the rest of the map. Panzer manages to sneak into the sea base, grab it, because Fates doesn't have the energy both to defend Kevin in the corner, Arturo in the corner, and defend the sea base. And now that nothing's really being spotted over here, okay, the Crown ones do get spotted now. Don't know who it was, probably Arturo. X has committed all of their tanks over here, but also at the same time Panzer has free reign to do whatever he wants on this side of the map. Origin is taking the gamble that there's no one from Fates over here, and that seems to be the case. However, we are seeing some pushes now from Origin as... Ooh, no, it's actually Fates going for the counter push, sending 3 tanks all the way in there. Arturo has the 4th in the back. They're going to try to get the kill on Bubble, but at the same time, 2 on 5B. I said his name again like that. He's going to go down first. Very quickly, in fact. It's going to be picked off from Arctic in the IS-7. And there's not quite an easy tank to pick off for X here. I mean, it's going to be Arctic as well, but they only have 2 tanks on him, so it's not going to be a very fast fire, or focus fire here. And at the same time, Arturo getting destroyed by the Kronvons and by Bubba. And Bubba may not survive this encounter, as they're just going to let Pandeo-kun live here. They can get the kill on Arturo instead. Easy as that. Now Pandeo does have to get the kill here. He does so. And here comes Panzer all the way from the rear with that really nice DPM. That's a T100 LT as Waxer catching out the Sheridan. Nice little ram there. He's going to pick up the kill there. Arctic finally goes down as well. So we did see those 2 heavy tanks here from Fates pick up Arctic, but now they're really the only ones left. I mean, you do have Pandeo-kun in the 3rd one. He's just driving straight into the T100 LT, who's not even interested in him. At this point, Origin only has to do cleanup here. No, don't bother shooting the fronts of the Type 71s if you don't have to. He gets around the side there. Quick kill there on Pandeo. Kevin about to fall as well. And then this is going to be all she wrote for AIDS Hero as well. Fighting himself here against too many tanks from Origin. I really like the sneaky tactic that X did. I mean, it was really subtle. I mean, it wasn't subtle in the way that they accomplished it, but in the way that they established map control just by putting all their tanks in the corner here. It was very interesting to me how that worked out, because, you know, they sent their 2 IS-7s into the corner to bother Arturo, and Fates reshifted their entire resources just to defending Arturo. And that didn't even work out too well for them either, but what it allowed is Panzer got right around them. Then again, he didn't do the most damage, but it was still a nice little farm. And it worked out quite well for Origin. Looks like we're going to be seeing FDI play against Fates here. And Normandy is going to be the map. We're going to wait a couple minutes just for the training room to reach 3 minutes. So let me swap the team names here. That's DI on the right. You're sorry, on the left. Yeah. I wouldn't say there's anything particularly fancy about the way Origin played that second game, but I mean the subtleties that were allowed to the team by pushing that corner, and Fate's completely readjusting to it, just kind of dominated there. I mean, then again, they also just won the corner brawl really easily, so there wasn't really a whole lot to say about that one. You know, when you just out-brawl the enemy team, you get better focus fire. The tanks that are being focused fired, if you're able to just get them to run, which is what Origin did, they got Arctic completely out of there. He died in the river, which is very far away from where Arturo was initially being pushed, and there's no way that any of the Fates tanks had shots on him. That's the secret to your hit point sharing and just keeping your tanks alive. Is if you're able to get them to completely bail from the situation before they die. And this is something that I practice in my 2v2 and my 3v3 tournaments as well. Is if I'm able to have one person who gets focus fired initially just run away from the scenario, and then everyone has to turn their guns around to the next target, you know. Pretty tricky thing to do. Alright, we got 3 minutes left, so we can go ahead and swap to our overlay here. FDI's tanks are still coming on in. Fate's running the same exact lineup as they did on Castilla. This time we're on Normandy here. I think the lineup makes sense on Normandy. Type 71s are excellent on this map. It is very nice having some speed on Normandy. It's a solid map where you can really play on any side. I mean, there's 2 bases on C and D that are right next to each other, so it's oftentimes a fight for that area, and the type would be excellent for it. Having that mobility, the ability to work ridges as well, the armor to just kind of withstand those little alley fights. It's kind of an alley fight on the side of the bull, right where those bases are. It's kind of a little alley. Also, pushing types aggressively into the bull is a play that could happen. Just having that mobility on this map in particular, I think, is nice. We are going to see a little bit of a swap. They're going to pull out a 60 TP, or a second one, I should say. FDI still in their training room. They've got 2 minutes left. We saw that they had 7 players earlier, so if they have less than 7 now, there's no excuse for it. Fates reminds you of 0 damage. In what way, Turtle? In what way? Welcome to the stream. Like, they're slowly starting to show up, but they've only got 1 minute and 20 seconds. I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it. 1 minute and 20 seconds left for them. Normandy is one of my favorite maps, both to play in pubs and to watch in tournaments. It's a pretty even map, it's symmetrical, and it's an honest map as well, so like, if you make a mistake, you know, it's on you. It's not like, oh, there's this stupid map thing that's like, oh, this spawn is just completely useless. There are some subtle differences depending on which side of the map you go to. Like, one spawn is able to reset the A base a lot easier than the other one. And in fact, in one of the bases, or in one of the spawns, you have a spot that's completely invincible to getting reset from like the TD spots. Here's everyone from FDI. They've got about 25 seconds to pick their tanks. And we are going to see a 95 E6 from them this time. That's going to be a fun one. We've seen a couple of those already, but not today yet. So it's a new tank today. Same with the 113, which honestly, I think it's a much better pick than the Wheezy 111 5A, which is what they previously had. But we're also going to see a T22 medium, so that's fun. Lots of fancy tanks here from FDI. And here we go. This is a best of 3 again, Normandy for the first 2 games, and I didn't see what the tiebreaker was. Perhaps it'll come to that. Here we are. I really quickly want to fly in the sky so we get to see the plane flying on, and that's always a fun one to watch. I'm gonna go to speed, camera speed number 9 real quick, so here's your warning. Normally I don't do this, but I want to see the nice little fly-in. Look, he gets hit, he's coming down, and boom, there he flies. That's a really nice animation. I really like how Wargaming added that. Alright, let's get back to our normal camera speed. We've got a quick cap of the D base from the light tank from Fates. FDI not going towards the CD side like I thought they might with all of their types. Instead sending their T22. Very aggressive. That's like an amateur pub play to overextend on that side. He's just gonna take 1200 damage for it right away. That's an immediate weakness for Team FDI, and Fates, who's got everyone over here, shouldn't have any issues pushing it if they have to. They've grabbed the A-base quite quickly with their heavy tanks. I mean, they've got a 60 TP and a Type 71 down there. He's going to put a shot into Gamer Trog. No, he misses it. Both of them miss, in fact. T22's armor really do be like that. I don't see him surviving for very long, though. Fate's already going for a potential counter push here with Soma and Arturo. No, he's not going to go for it. And we're actually going to see the T22 jump all the way down before he dies. That's fine. Fate's just going to turn his attention there. In the meantime, Arcanos is going to be the target here, the most softly armored tank on the Fates team, even more so than the T-22, I would say, and he gets taken down quite easily. Not much risk for Fates bouncing those shots, and Night Sandy's going to be the next target. Actually, no, Gamertrog does fall off-screen to the Kron von Soma. Jelen Robo falling down as well, so those two tanks from Fates putting in some good work. They get the kill on Night Sandy, and in 1 minute and 30 seconds, we've got 4 tanks dead. And the other 3 were at full health by the time I started that statement, and now Chet's is going to fall as well. How quickly will he die? He loses all of his hit points in a span of about 30 seconds or so. Insane. Now, Siberian might a little bit low, thanks to the shot from Daco Arco, but Chet's not able to put an extra one in. It's not going to matter, though. Titan Cooper, the next to fall, 0 day. Doing what the T100 LT does, being a DPM machine, circling around, getting those kills. On the other side of the map, Daco Arco has surrendered himself by many tanks, guns up, turret flies, and it is just Titan Cooper left. Kevin picks up the kill, and game 1, quick win for Fates there. Honestly, really amateur mistake by that T-22. Like in pubs, you can go there, but over-peaking like that is something that you learn very quickly on in your Normandy experiences to not do. The fact that he did that, I mean, come on. You got to do better than that, FDI. So, on to the next game. Normandy is the next map, and actually, I'll quickly just humor this. I'll look at what the tiebreaker map would be. Are we going to see a tiebreaker? Probably not, but what would it be? The game doesn't want me to load it. Yukon. Okay, so there is a non-zero chance that we see Yukon as the next map. So there y'all have it. FDI logo kind of nice. Thanks. I looked up FDI logo and I found one and I changed the colors to make it look better for the stream. That's about it. Okay. Here we are. Game number 2 on Normandy here. We've got an STB in the mix for FDI. They try to sneak in a tank that looks just like the Type 71. Well, it's not. Yeah, he realizes that I noticed, hey, that's not a type. He's going to swap. Whereas Fates, keeping 4 of their own. They're actually going to add a 95A6 themselves, so maybe it's something about that south spawn on Normandy where T95E6 just works. Don't know. They will keep the STB. I respect it. That's a new tank for the tournament, from my perspective. E5, not the first I've seen, but first of the day. Here we go. 5 seconds until game number 2, Fates versus FDI. Loser is sent home for the entire tournament. Or not for the entire tournament, for the rest of PYS. The winner moves on to the second day and has an opportunity to play against Origin for better seeding and also some more cups, which would give them better placement to attempt top 8. Fates is in the contention for top 8 right now. They're in 10th place. And yes, even though they lost to the X Clan, they lost to the #1 clan in the entire tournament, Turtle Brigade, so I wouldn't quite say that Fates is playing badly. The reason that you saw them playing badly is because they lost to the #1 clan. That's not necessarily saying that Fates is bad, it just shows how good Origin is. As you can see, Fates is clearly handing it to FDI right now, as they already did once today. And FDI switching things up, they're not going to be going to the A area at all. In fact, heading mostly to C and D, and Fates is going to be doing the same, but they're going to be committing a little bit more to the outside. Whereas Cooper from FDI going into the bowl with the T125 have a nice little position where you can get some sneaky shots, and sometimes Cooper missing his own. But look at this very aggressive push here from Fates. They're just going straight into D, thinking they could probably just out-brawl FDI here. Look at those shots onto Daco Arco. Instead, Soma's going to be taking a few shots of his own. Most of FDI bouncing, though, not quite able to hit the shots. We don't see any focus fire here from FDI. They've put a shot into Kevin. They've put a shot into Siberian. They put a shot into Kevin, Black, Pendeo, but no focus here, whereas Darko Arco is on 6 hit points. Chet's is on 1,300 of his own. Sorry, I have some coughs here. My bad. I had to mute myself for that, but Oh my goodness, this is a slaughter. Even though the hit points are relatively even right now, guns are just completely out of the game here for FDI, and Pandea-kun, who is quite low in hit points, isn't actually getting shot by FDI. They finally do get a kill of their own. Hit points still relatively even, so it could go any way, but Titan Cooper falls in the middle of the map as well, and Zero Day still alive in the T100 LT. He can do some big damage here, and Jalen, who gets lit on fire, big shot from the 60 DP, gets taken out quickly. Next is going to be Night Sandy in the STB. Was it effective? Hard to say. I didn't watch it play, but I don't really see it adding a whole lot of value here for FDI. This is just a big all-around brawl, and that's not really what you want a medium for, so unfortunate choice there for FDI. And even though they brought it relatively close for the hit points for a while, never really had the gun advantage this game at all, and he's going to be taken out quickly. That leaves the last tank from FDI on full hit points, so really good focus from Freight. So you can see they really did not care about these high hit point tanks, only trying to go for those kills. We see another fire onto FDI. This one going to be onto Arcanos, who goes down. Quick 2-0 win for Fates as they move back up to the winner's side as they play Origin to see who will win PYS 3 Day 1 for group number 5. FDI sent home in 3rd place out of this group of 3, so unfortunate performance for them. It is what it is. We're going to go straight to our next room, which is Origin on the left, Fates on the right. Got it. Origin on the left, Fates on the right. Reset the scores. We're going to go back to the middle of the garage, chill out for a couple minutes. We can actually take a look at some brackets. Let's do that. Let me refresh. I don't expect to see really any big upsets on day 1 because it's all the high-level teams playing against low-level teams just for seeding for the next day, really. You could see some occasionally, and maybe a top-level team will lose a game or two. Not really something you see too often. And we'll start it off with Leverage. They won their games. Quick 2-0 against Chomp, and who are playing Scar for 3rd. Or for 2nd, really, to see who gets to make it back up. Apex quick win here. Purple actually beating by 2-1, so it was a relatively close set here. Anbu beating E-Girl. Solid, and both of these teams are quite good. They're both just outside of top 8. So this is looking good for Anbu. But they do play again, and maybe E-Girl has something sneaky. Picks and Fates as we're watching. Straight VGN, no surprises here. 58 COD X, we'll see who goes down. Unfortunately, Quacked does lose to Suck as well. An unfortunate tournament that they've been having so far. What's up, Glory? Didn't have enough players? Oh, that's a bummer. That's sad. Also, what's up, Fallen Angel? D-Chan. Leak Pond is Avatar the most. It is pretty fire. Anything else? Looks like you get a couple more groups. Ella beats Rival. Solid. Joker Venti. No surprise. And Honda beats Nox. So, really lots of 2-0s today. We only see a couple 2-1s. 1, 2, and 3. That's really it. Pretty much all 2-0s. This is a 2-1. That's how it goes for day 1 of PYS, though. No surprises here. It's all the high-level clans versus the less high-level clans. We'll go to our training room overlay, and both teams are already... Oop, I'm going to swap to the Kenny Atsu. This is going to look really awkward for you guys. Sorry about that. But, yeah. Origin coming back. They're facing against Fates here. Desert Sands is going to the map. And again, this is a best of 3, even though it's the grand finals for day 1. It is, after all, just a best of 3. No big deal, though. We will have fun with it either way. See Tanner's in here. What's up, Tanner Mods? Welcome to the stream. The views pop right back up as soon as Origin takes it back. We were up to like 40 during the first Origin games. Then it dropped down to less than 30, and now it's back up to over 30 again. So maybe the entirety of Origin is watching these games right now, in which case, hello everybody. Y'all are looking real good so far. We're going to see 2 crons again for Origin, so they're running 2. The way that other people were describing it made it seem like they were more. that they were spamming like 3, 4, 5 of them. That's not quite the case. I think someone said in scrims they were running like 2 types and 5 crowns, but maybe that's just a scrim and not quite for these for these actual tournament games, and more maybe just for brawling practice. But yeah, looks like Tanner rocking the Sheridan. So we do have one Sheridan, 3 types, 2 crons, and a 95A6. So we are seeing this tank played. That's 3 games in a row that we've seen one. I mean, maybe there's a reason. The tank does have really nice mobility. The armor isn't there, and the cupola is massive, but I mean, it's super fast, and it's also got that nice gun that's really higher alpha damage than all the mediums at tier 10. So you kind of just played as like a high alpha medium tank, really. The only tank that has higher alpha is the Wheezy 121, which is a good tank, but not maybe the best for competitive play. It's not that flexible. Sorry, guys. I do have a bit of a cough here. I don't know what's going on. What is up with that? Alright. What's up, Solid Snake? Welcome. Alright. From Fate's side, we got 6 types and a T100. Doesn't get much simpler than that. We have seen 7 T100 or 7 types once before, but not going to see that today, as it seems. At least not quite yet. And here we are, guys. Game number 1, Origin Fates. On some nice desert maps. Thanks to the follow, Solid Snake. I have things muted so I don't get distracted, but I got distracted anyway. You're goated. Thank you all. Alright. Let's see how it goes here, guys. I mean, Fates could go either way. They've got all these heavy tanks. They could totally rock it on the heavy side, or they could go all the way over. And if we fly to the sky, it looks like they will go over towards the med side, as will Origin themselves. Complete committal towards the side of the map. You do see different plans. Ooh, nice shot into the 200 LT very quickly. Sneaky beaky. You can see multiple different strats here. Of course, this side probably better from a tactical advantage, but not so much from a base advantage, because there are 2 bases in the town, and if you're not careful, as Segs wasn't careful there, holy cow, he takes another shot. I was going to say, if you're not careful, the B base gets grabbed, all of a sudden the team on this side has to push through, and that can be tricky. But doesn't look like that's going to be the case this game, as Tanner with that very beautiful Sheridan. Again, this view range is nuts. He was able to spot basically everyone from Fates who decided to cross. Segs took a lot of hits for it. Arturo took one as well. And Origin is still sitting at full health. They're about 1,500 hit points up here, just off the opening play. Pandeokun, who's committed quite heavily on this side of the map. No one else from Fates has really gone up yet. V is going to be moving. Kevin, Arturo, and Siberian Mata will as well, but Origin's got plenty of their own forces in the area, and the Chronovons are about to show up here. Pans are actually on the other side of the map, looking more towards sniping any tanks that could be on the rails, but he's going to hold down to anchor, as Soma may potentially go for a push in on him. Now, Fates has brought in the rest of their tanks here. How will they be used, though? Looks like Panzer's trying to sneak some shots in here on Soma, but 2 tanks from Fates completely distracted by the 1. And that allows all 6 of the rest of Tanner's tanks, say Tanner's tanks, it's Tanner's team's tanks, to get right on in here. And Arturo's going to be the initial focus for our target, either him or Pandeokun. They're both quite low. Just depends on who's easier to shoot. We do see a few bounce shots here from Origin Clan, but still doing quite well in the hit points. They're up by over 4,000 at this point. Pandeokun's about to fall, but so will Tunnel, actually, so they're both going to lose a tank at around the same time. 2 and 5B picks up the kill, but another low hit point tank is already about to be picked off for Fates here. Arturo's quite low, Soma's quite low, Kevin's low. Look at all of these tanks. Waxer may fall himself. Soma falls off of the camera. Down goes Waxer. So it is a 5-on-5 at the moment, but look at Kevin's hit points. They're no longer there. Arturo, who's not on the screen, if I peek over to him, Panzer's doing a good job taking care of him. Tanner may sneak the kill in there. Nice shot there, Tanner. Good hit. Sheridan doesn't always have the easiest time hitting those shots, so shows how good of a player Tanner is. Seg's running around the map. He's going to try to get a kill on Tanner, but missing that shot, he may not even be able to do it. Tanner calling for help. It doesn't matter if he lives or dies, to be honest with you. It doesn't matter, though. Panzer gets the kill. And a quick win here for Origin. Surprising? Maybe not. They are the best clan in the tournament, as of the current standings for a reason. And they continue their dominant performance with a nice Game 1 dub. Very well played. Belly. Thank you, Belly. Hope you feel better. Thank you, Pickle. I hope I feel better too. Appreciate you, man. Maybe I did swallow a frog. And here we are, game number 2. Swapping spawns on Desert Sands. I'm not even going to check what the tiebreaker map is. If it really comes to it, y'all can know. But, meh. Don't feel like checking. Tanner, if you are listening, by the way, I don't know if you can hear me. Do you guys have a logo yet? Because if you guys really like this logo, you can. I'll allow you to use it officially. I think it's a beautiful logo. It's very nice. We're gonna see a KPZ from Origin Team. Okay, so some fancy KPZ action. I don't know if they're just messing around at this point, or if they actually have a strategy where this tank could be used. I mean, it's an interesting niche pick because it's got some of the highest DPM in Tier 10. It's not the highest, but it's up there. I think it's just behind the Leopard by a little bit. And only one Type 71 for Origin. Whereas Fates has 5. They drop for a Kronvon. Where Origin adds 1 as well. Keeping the Sheridan. I do like the Sheridan pick, though. I mean, it's really nice veerage. You can easily see the tanks that are crossing the rails towards the medium side. And that's just free bleeds for Origin because they had already set up a defense for it. I will say, I don't think the Kronvons are going to be good tanks for doing those punishing. Because if you shoot your shells too quickly, then you have forever to reload that clip at the beginning of the game. It's already slow enough, but once you shoot the shell, it just becomes so much longer because you have to reload the rest of them. And it's actually even worse now that the first shell that you reload is actually the longest now. So you shoot your shell too early, you are going to be reloading for a very long time. So that may not be the plan that Origin has in mind. We will see. Then again, it could be just worth it, sacrificing the initial low DPM for those bleeds, whereas in the long run, it's a valuable tank to have for that nice clip potential and hold down capabilities. Now, will Tanner go for the same sneaky spots? Yes. He has already lit Arturo, Siberian Motto 2 and 5B, and look at those shots into 2 and 5B. He's already taken a couple. The rest of the tanks from Fate's getting bled out as well. And it does look Bubba fired. Like, see, he's got to reload his full clip entirely, but oh my goodness, these bleeds. V's taken 3 hits. Kevin's taken 1. Sorry, V's taken 2. Kevin's taken 1. Segs has taken 2. So lots of damage in here. And again, Origin starting on full hit points for a long time. Arturo is going to aggressively get into the A base. But Origin actually has a couple tanks in the town of their own to grab C if it really is necessary. They've got Tunnel all the way over there, and Waxer in the KPZ, who's going to be flexing back around. Very nice camo, by the way. I don't think I've seen this one before. It's animated. It's very pretty. Wow. He spots Fates. Nice shot into Fates there. He gets lit himself. And Fates does have a lot of tanks in the area, so they may be trying to go for a push here. It's not easy to push Kronvons, though, and look at this. Bubba's kind of up front doing the spotting work, but Arctic and Panzer are very passive. You know, you don't have to be aggressive in the Kronvon. It's a punish tank. You know, you've got that very beefy armor. It's not very easy to push, but once you do push it, massive clip potential. So Fates actually may find themselves getting completely stuck here. They can't push into these 3 Krons very easily without getting some good bleeds for it. Tanner also getting himself out of the situation. Very nice. Now it's just Bubba who's a bit forward, but that's totally fine as he's just trying to get some spots. And another shot goes into Segs. That one's from Tunnel, who is now spotting from the other side of the rails. Now this is the nice thing about having both of these rails on lock, is it makes it much more difficult for Fates to push, but at the same time they're pretty much all spotted, so it's not going to be easy for them to make any rotations without Origin knowing about it first. So we can see all 7 tanks are spotted at the moment. If we look at the very right side of the screen, right here, you can see everybody is spotted. And what that means is that it's almost impossible for them to make any sort of moves. Even the 25 hit point Kron Von Lit, if he makes one wrong play, he just instantly gets killed. Finally, one player taking hits for the first time. It's Meika who's deciding to just completely YOLO on in here. Maybe the goal is to turn these two Fate tanks around, leave 2 and 5B open. He gets picked off very quickly, though. I did not expect Origin to lose a tank first out of anybody here. Soma's going to quickly go down to Tunnel. He hits the shot. He does so. Very nice. Segs still doing his best to hold it tight here. But as for the rest of Fates, they're already starting to fall apart. Only 500 hit points for Arturo. Segs does go down off camera, but you didn't really need me to show that. Kevin surrounded by all of these Origin tanks. Container's not even going to try to burn a shot on him. It doesn't even matter at this point. It is a 6-on-3 scenario, and Meiko's sacrifice was not in vain. A ram kill from Tunnel on Arturo you could have seen in the top left of the screen right there. Waxer out 1v1ing a type actually entirely. Look at that beautiful DPM. Misses the shot though. Is he going to win the 1v1? His teammates better respect it, that's for sure. Bouncing the shot, and Pandeo will pick up the kill here, but there you go. Quick 2-0 win for Origin as they continue their undefeated streak 5 days into the tournament and not a single game lost. Now that's impressive. I don't care who you are, that is impressive. Even Joker not able to manage that this season. In fact, Joker doesn't even have the second highest win rate. That belongs to Ponda. That just shows how well that Origin is doing so far. Quick 2-0 there. And even though Fates played quite well against FDI, not able to handle these sneaky plays from Origin. I really like how they have those triple crons there, all for the purpose of kind of just discouraging Fates from any sort of interaction. They were completely spotted and unable to make any sort of play because Origin would be able to know about it ahead of time and react instantly. So very good stuff there. Best logo, yes. Most high effort logo ever. Okay, well, that's it. That's everything for... Actually, I'm just going to switch to just chatting, might as well. Because that's it. That is day number 1 for PYS 3 completed. The rest of the groups, I mean, I can take a look really quickly. But I don't think we're going to have anything new as compared to what we've already seen. Because this is a quick 2-0, and we're not going to see a whole lot of other 2-0s this fast. Yeah, there's no other sets done. Oh, there's a couple other sets done. We can take a look. Fine. Fine, you've convinced me. You've convinced me. Okay. I'll wait a little bit longer. I'll wait like a minute and see if any of the other groups are finished. Because right now there's only 2 groups that are finished besides the one that we just watched. So I'll give it another minute or so. Yeah, you can't push the crowns. Exactly. They're so far back, too, and there's 3 of them. That's a 3,600 damage clip. Absolutely insane. I just spilled a little bit of water on my face. And even though I drank this entire water bottle, you guys can't even see it. Drank this entire water bottle was not enough to help my voice there. Maybe I need to tone it down a little bit in the early games and try to save it for the end, although I really don't think I inflected that much this entire tournament. There weren't any crazy plays, any super close games that really required the crazy energy where I start using my voice a lot. So that's fine. Okay, let's see if I refresh it now. Do we see any more groups finished? If we can see 5 groups finished, I'll show them. Okay, that's 5 groups. I'll show it. Okay, let's see. So group 1 is not finished. Chomp versus Leverage in the Grands. I need to zoom out to show all of them. It's annoying. Apex defeated Poker quite quickly. So Apex also continuing they're not undefeated streak, but they haven't lost in a while. They're undefeated for the day. Purple still fighting Cursed, who actually defeated Angle. That's kind of surprising, because Ingle was a clan that was in the hunting for top 8 as well. They were top 16 beforehand. But Curse defeating them, so that's actually quite big. If you get upset at this point in the tournament, because the points increase every single day, that's pretty scary. Did only 10 people vote? Oh my goodness. No one voted. Very small stream today. Totally fine, though. Okay. So yeah, E-Girl beats Anbu 2-1, so actually the reversal there. And E-Girl may potentially find themselves in top 8. With the Z teams in the hunting, but they may find themselves in top 8 after today. We saw this game because of this. Straight, who was in top 8 as of before today, lost to VGN 2-1 in a little bit of an overtime there. And so it's going to be Straight losing out on a lot of points there. That probably boots them out of the top 8. This is still going. This is still going. Joker beat Venti 2-0 quite quickly. And Honda also undefeated on the day. They had a smaller group. Let's see if we can refresh one more time. The leaderboards are probably not going to update until after everything's done. So, no, Leverage is still not done. This is still not done. Yeah, we're not going to see anything else here, guys. That's probably where I'm going to end it then. So, I'm going to be rating someone. You guys are going to see who I'm rating right about now. If you guys join in the raid, you're going to get some free channel points, which you guys can use for your betting purposes, redeeming other rewards when I'm not doing tournament streams, etc. We will be covering tomorrow at around 9 p.m. Eastern, and that's going to... I mean, I don't know who we're going to follow yet, of course, but because the groups aren't seeded, but... You know, of course, day 2 is always a lot more competitive, a lot more exciting, and a lot closer games, because it's only the higher level teams that remain for day 2. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. That's going to be it for me. So as always, stay safe, and happy tanking.